You and me, we ain't nothing alike. Let's set the record straight. Those words you say, they hold no weight, they like. Let's set the record straight. You'll never break the man before you're out.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another Diecast review. Today we have an Alex Bowman 2020 All-Star paint scheme. Now, I never thought I would own an All-Star paint scheme in the 1/24 scale, simply because these schemes were like the worst thing ever. So if you don't know much about NASCAR, they tend to tweak a few things for the All-Star race many years over and over and over. So this year, they decided, hey, let's see if we can get more side sponsor and move the number placement. This was really a gig just to kind of figure out where to place a number placement, because they kind of put it off as, oh, you know, we're not going to do this, but it could be a possibility in the near future, but, you know, we're not too sure. But now they pulled the whole scheme of sliding the number back to see how the fans reacted to it, and they didn't like it. Not one person I know liked the number placement behind the door by the wheel well. Nobody liked that. And I was a big no on that. I'm like, no, we can't do that. That's stupid. That's not traditional. Now you're just kind of making up crap just to, you know, do something different. And I still hate the number placement idea because it does ruin a lot of the throwback schemes. But honestly, I have to admit, on the next gen car, it looks decent. It really does. And then especially with a lot of the paint schemes that have been thrown out by people like, Trackhouse or Joe Gibbs or Hendrick, some of them look pretty darn good. So, I mean, I'm not really too mad about it, but this All-Star scheme in general for 2020 was just dog doo-doo. Like, it was bad. And if that wasn't enough for moving the number placements, they put underglow on the rear, underneath of the cars. Why? It beats me. I don't know why. They literally threw some GTA lowrider underglow onto the rear of the cars for like no reason. So because of that, Lionel actually did a pretty cool thing, and they made 3 or 4 different variants of these cars. If I remember correctly, you can get the ARC light up, the Elite, and then the Elite light up. I'm not too sure if the Elites was just the Elite light up itself, but this one is just the ARC that does not have the light to it. And the only reason I did not get the light for this one is because, well, simply, I didn't purchase this paint scheme. This was bought by T-Mac or A5 or Trent McDaniel, whatever you want to call him. One of my good buddies, he bought this for a donor, and, rightfully so, even though it's a Bowman car, it's this All-Star paint scheme for 2020, I'll let it pass. But the reason that never happened was because of the DIN number. I'm going to go ahead and spoil it now because I've already done it in the diecast haul, but this is a DIN number 1 diecast, which is the only reason why it even survived. So I kind of negotiated with T-Mac a little bit. I'm like, hey, you've got a car I want, I've got a car you want, let's swap. If you're curious to what diecast I swapped him, it hurts to say it, but it was the 2017 Martin Truex Jr. Homestead Raced Win diecast. Now, that was like a $200 car. This is also a $200 car just because of the DIN number itself. But, I mean, I've had that car pretty much ever since it came out. I didn't even pay anything for it. I got it as a gift, a couple years back for Christmas. It's had its time sitting on the shelf in the LW3 house, so I'm like, alright, I gotta learn to let things go, move in some new diecasts, move out some old diecasts, so this is my first painful swap of my lifetime. Again, crappy scheme, cool diecast because of the DIN number, but yeah, so that's kind of how this whole thing happened. But anyway, let's actually get this diecast out of the box. And not to mention, this will officially fill my Bowman shelf. I gotta get a couple 124 or 164s for it, but I'll actually show you it real quick. There it is. Not a lot, but it's there. So that little spot you saw was filled from the Kevin Harvick Gravedigger paint scheme. And now, of course, we got the All-Star paint scheme. So we're going to throw it up on there as well. But here's the diecast out of the package. It's still on a base, but I will remove the base, I promise. But I'm going to get the 164 and put underneath the hood, even though I already have the 164. I got two of them, actually, because I believe I just accidentally ordered two. Now, it doesn't come with any special inserts. Only thing it came with was the Lionel Garage and the return form, so there's no, like, all-star card or nothing. There's no stats. Nothing special, just a plain paint scheme with a plain box and a plain, you know, just insides overall. But if for whatever reason you do not believe me about the DIN number being number 1, here you go. There it is, 00001. So we're going to take this off the base and actually get into the diecast review. Here's the diecast out of the box. Now, I actually like the NOCO paint schemes, or the Chevy Good paint schemes. So, I mean, it is unfortunate that this one kind of got ruined, again, because of the number placement, but it's still not bad. Now, of course, for all the NOCO paint schemes, or the Chevy Goods paint schemes to get made, this is the only one in 1/64 scale that got made, and they didn't make any of the other ones, so I'm going to have to go back and, of course, you know, customize a whole bunch. I've already got 2 down so far. I don't remember which ones they're from. I think one was from, ran at Darlington, and I'm not too sure about the other one. So anyway, getting on to the actual diecast here. Got Adams polishes right there on the hood. Very shiny and polished, I guess you could say. Got the little pins here. Got the NASCAR Cup Series. You don't have the actual names on here. It was Cup Series for 1 year and 1 year only. Got the 88. Of course, through flaps to deploy. Possibly, yeah, there we go. Adams polishes behind the 88. Got the Bowman right there. Of course, got the DIN number 1. Adams polishes. Then you got the ChevyGoods.com 88 Valvoline Camaro ZL1 only. Again, this is an ARC, so it does not open the deck lid. So I got some sponsors over here. Got Adams polishes, Hendrick Cars, Lumar, Alxalta. Got the 88 Chevy Goods, nice and big on the side there. Valvoline Microsoft 1 winter sticker from, oh no, was it Auto Club? No. What? Fontana, right? Was it Fontana in 2020? I think it was. It could be wrong, but anyway, got the 1 winter sticker there. Alex Bowman, of course, on the name rail. On the B-post, we got Excelsa, Freightliner, Mac Tool, Simon, Cincinnati. And then we got the little exhaust down here. Got the Goodyear tires, of course. The piece of crap tires. Well, these weren't really that bad. It's the new ones that are really terrible. I mean, don't get me wrong. They had their moments, but 2022 takes the cake with the terrible Goodyear tires. NASCAR race car, NASCAR Cup Series, and of course you got the 88. I love the front ends. I don't know why, but it's just a black front end with that yellow splitter. I don't know why, but it looks really good. I got the Hendrick cars right there, and yeah, of course you got the posable wheels. Nothing, you know, crazy or special. And then again, I think the what was it? I think the light went here or somewhere around here because it went towards the back on the actual car. So I think they put it in the gas tank, which is actually pretty clever, if you ask me. So let's actually pop this hood open, see what's inside. Can't be a whole lot, I would assume. So we got the hood popped right here. You can barely see it, but it's got Lumar, Excelsa, Cincinnati, Valvoline, Wix, and the Chevy both out there. Let's see if we can zoom in a little bit, get some more detail, possibly. Yeah, you can kind of see in there. You got a little bit of red, a little bit of silver, a little bit of blue. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the ARC diecast of this era. Sadly, we don't get a lot of detail anymore like we used to. I really wish we would. That would be really cool. But nope, we cannot have nice things. So, paint scheme and race aside, the diecast is pretty cool. Again, it's got a DIN number 1. This is my first DIN number. I actually think I have a... Oh, was it the Darlington throwback? I think it's DIN number 2. Now, I've had 2 DIN number 2s. I've had one for... I don't remember the sponsor, but it was a blue and yellow. It was also 2020. It was for Bubba Wallace. Again, I don't remember the sponsor, but that one was DIN number 2. And I believe my 2019, the one where he threw back to Tim Richmond, I think that one is a DIN number 2 as well. So we've gotten pretty close before, but we've never got a DIN number 1. Now, actually, like, the ones I purchased was DIN number 2. I've actually never legitimately purchased a DIN number 1 and just had it come like, oh, it's a DIN number 1 without me knowing. So the only one I didn't really know about was the DIN number 2, for Bubba Wallace, I turned that into a custom because it's just DIN number 2. It's literally like any other number. It's just really close to a DIN number 1. So I turned that into a custom. I've actually not finished that custom, and I've had it over for like a year and a half, 2 years. So I'm kind of slacking on that project. But you know what? It's alright. But once again, thank you to A5, T-Mac, Trent, whatever, for not offering, but for allowing the whole transaction to occur. So thank you. I do appreciate it. Didn't think it'd have a DIN number 1 Bowman car. Again, I wish it was a different paint scheme, but nonetheless, it is a DIN number 1 for my boy Bowman. And I believe it'll look pretty good on the shelf as well. So with that being said, I do believe that is all for this diecast review. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video.